Hello, everyone. I hope that you can hear the birds in the background. Not sure if you can, but when my windows are closed, you can still hear them. So, and featuring Wolfgang. Wolf, calm. Shh. Um, I had finished my yogic um, practice this morning and clearing energy, and I felt really calm and grounded. And there's just been this message that I'm noticing, a pattern that came forth through me twice last week, because today's Sunday, October 14th. And yet again, the same message came forth through another individual, another soul named David Little Elk. I really, really like his podcast. I found it on YouTube. So I've been listening to various things on there from him, and he said the same message in a different way, kind of a different way, not really, but it's not just him. I noticed it um, with Cassidy Kane from the Twin Flame Forecast. She said the same thing, and it was her forecast for this past week that just happened. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice, which is very, very interesting. So I know that this is a side note, that I know that I've put forth a lot of energy this past week, a lot of blending my femininity with masculinity and putting a lot of creative things out, like getting a lot of things done. But this shift that happened this weekend, I can feel a quiet wave coming over. And I don't know if it's just me, I don't know if anybody else is feeling it, but I feel this gentle tidal wave coming in, where it's calling for me to be more silent, less talking, more listening and feeling, which is ding, 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 ding. Feminine nature, to listen, to receive, to create, which I got. I'm working on this piece. It's kind of upside down, but bring it in. Oh, it's kind of weird. Oh, there we go. I can try and get closer. Oh yeah, I'm doing like a terrible job at that. Oh, this is so weird. That is a face right there, but because of the lighting, it's kind of bad. Whee! Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Okay. So I started working on this piece when we had the Perseid showers. Oh God, this is so weird. There we go. Anyways, that's that. She was calling back to me, so I wanted to work on her. Is this where I was? Anywho, let me get back to the message. I kind of went on another tangent within a tangent, but after my yogic practice and clearing, I sat down to make a video, and for the first time in a very, very long time, I used the feature on my phone so that I could just record from my phone within the YouTube app and just have it processed that way. And it didn't happen. It wasn't happening. So to me, it felt like possibly I delivered the message in a way that was not the best. And also, I needed to reflect as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to share the synchronicities, the messages that I'm noticing there's a theme and is coming from forth through coming from spirit through multiple souls. So it's not just coming forth through me. I'll link, of course, I'm going to provide everything, but in my video on 6 ways to transmute energy, I talked about how you cannot repress and deny things that are coming up for you, which is your shadows, pain, things that are uncomfortable, any kind of pain or anger, emotions, all this stuff that is what technically not positive. It doesn't give you that good feeling, right? It's not of a higher vibration, because when you feel it, oh, you feel either icky or angry or upset, some form of upset, which is not, oh, this feels good, yeah, woo, 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 high vibration. Okay, I'm exaggerating a bit, but you know what I mean. It's not high vibe. You don't feel like you're sitting in bliss, right? Because it's stuff that's uncomfortable. So when you take this path, the path of knowing, okay, I'm focused on my evolution and my healing, on my spirituality. I believe in love and the path of love, okay? On this path, it's not just about mastering the mind in the way that you're always being positive and thinking positive. That is kind of a bit of a flaw in the spiritual New Age movement, maybe from the beginning stages of it. That is a flaw where there is that notion that you should not, pay attention to these emotions, these uncomfortable emotions. I'm not saying that you're supposed to pay attention and dwell in them. We are not supposed to dwell in them. You don't want to live and exist in those vibrations, but you cannot repress or ignore the fact that you are feeling things. You cannot just not acknowledge what is coming to the surface. It's coming up for you to see that you have these emotions, that there's something within you that needs to be healed. Maybe there's some forgiveness that needs to take place. Whatever the case, the message from Spirit seems to be, it's very strong, that don't deny your shadow. David Little Elk said, there's this in duality. And living in duality, people seem to want only what feels good. Make me feel good. And in duality, you take this path where you don't take responsibility for what's going on in your life and for what you're feeling, what's coming up. You want help from outside. You want someone else to fix you. You want someone else to provide you with the answers. And the truth is that we have to take responsibility. I have a great channeled message from Spirit a while ago that's about self-rule and self-responsibility. We have to take responsibility. That's number one. And you need to realize that everything is within you. Now, me, along with all these other people, we are here as beacons of light, as guides, people who are here with the purpose of not even trying. Our intention and our work is to aid you and guide you in remembering, in guiding you in your evolution, for you to realize your true potential, your true nature, your true self, for you to step onto the path of your evolution, your soul's evolution and your soul's path. Your soul has a blueprint. If you step onto your path and then let it just unfold. Okay, it's not like my path is the same as your path, or your brother's path is your path. We are all souls. We've all had different experiences, different lifetimes and lessons. Some of us learned lessons, some of us maybe didn't learn the lesson the first time around, and so you have to learn it again. You know, I'm doing this because it's like, okay, I could seriously go on for like an hour with this. There's different videos that I've made so I can link, okay? But I want to stick to the topic of the fact that Spirit is saying, do not forget your shadow. And do not neglect the feelings that you notice arise. You can't cover up feeling something with positivity. And Cassidy Kane, her way of putting that in the Twin Flame forecast was that, the flaw in the spiritual New Age movement is that you can just fix everything with positivity and just keep a positive mind frame and think positively and da 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 da. While, okay, mastering the mind and being able to transform your thoughts, the power of you to direct your focus. That's all very true. But do not mistake in that as when you feel something from the past come up for you, when you feel a wound, when you feel an emotion that is not pleasant, it doesn't mean all I have to do is think positively. Oh, I don't want to feel this. I gotta sit down, I need to write this affirmation, da 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 da. No, you cannot turn away from it. You need to face it. Be that spiritual warrior. Be that spiritual badass and face whatever it is, whatever darkness is there, whatever uncomfortable thing is there, that shadow. You are the light bringer. Bring your light, your consciousness, which is your awareness. Take your awareness to this shadow, to this memory, to this feeling, and cast the light upon it. I forgot the Sanskrit word, but awareness. There's the Sanskrit word for awareness. And awareness is consciousness, light. And then there's a Sanskrit word for basically ignorance, which is darkness. So all it is you're just bringing light to darkness, bringing consciousness to the ignorance. And it just takes courage and getting beyond fear, because fear is just fear. And that's ego. That is ego not wanting you to see something. It wants to remain in control, and also it thinks that it's protecting you to an extent. And I have a video on that as well. I can put that in the description. Yes, so I'm noticing that Spirit is definitely bringing that up. The other thing is I have not had a chance to publish it because, wow, I don't know. So much stuff was coming through me this past week. So I have actually a few videos that I need to edit and publish. But there was another one that came out, and it was called, or basically the topic was on destruction and not fearing destruction. Not, yes, not fearing it. Because sometimes some things need to fall apart. Sometimes it needs to get a little ugly, so that you can see the beauty, so you can see something new or have a fresh perspective, a new perspective, so that you can learn a lesson. There's a form of rebirth. There's renewal. Mother Earth does it all the time with her seasons. Okay, so that yet was another way that Spirit was coming through and talking about not fearing that which makes you feel a little uncomfortable, within you. And sometimes You may come across a thing or a person or something that might actually just trigger the uncomfortable feeling, the shadow. So also pay attention to that. I feel like that's my clue. I just noticed it's 15 minutes, 15 seconds. So I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully I conveyed this message in a much better way than earlier. I'm really not sure. Maybe I went too much on a tangent about the New Age movement, so I'll leave that alone. Yeah, just pay attention and notice that you can't deny your shadow or choices you've made in the past which you consider mistakes. You can call them mistakes if you want, but they're choices, and hopefully you just learned from the choices. You know what I mean? Did you learn your lesson from the choices you made? It's all about learning and evolving. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Mitakwe. Oyasin. Aroha nui. Bye, guys.